Hey folks, Erick Stakelbeck here. Welcome to the Watchman Newscast. I don't have time today to do the usual live stream. Very busy, tight schedule. Things in the Middle East have made my schedule even more tight today. Surprise, surprise. But I wanted to give you a quick breakdown on the state of play. Where are we right now in the world's most chaotic and volatile region in the wake of Israel's stunning, massive, and highly successful preemptive strike against Hezbollah over the weekend? Number one, quick breakdown in case you missed it. Look, Hezbollah left embarrassed, major egg on its face after some 100 Israeli fighter jets took to the skies around 5 a.m. early Sunday morning, August 25th, and carried out massive strikes against Hezbollah targets in southern Lebanon. Now, Israel bombed close to 300 Hezbollah targets and thousands of Hezbollah rocket barrel launchers. And Israeli military officials say it was not only to stave off a pending Hezbollah strike that was going to come yesterday, Sunday, August 25th. Israel headed them off at the pass, as they say, but also Israel is saying we inflicted so much damage that we also were able to prevent perhaps future Hezbollah attacks. Folks, to break it down in a very simple way to understand, Hezbollah right now is licking its wounds. And much of the Sunni Arab world, we're talking about Jordan, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, the Gulf states, they're ridiculing Hezbollah. Apparently, some of these Hezbollah rockets that did come and some did fall. Look, after Israel's preemptive strike, Hezbollah did manage to still fire a few hundred rockets and at least 20 drones. And again, a very unsuccessful attack. Apparently, some of these Hezbollah projectiles struck a chicken coop in northern Israel, and we've seen some pretty funny cartoons out of Arab media there in the Middle East ridiculing Nasrallah for targeting chickens, but not having much success in targeting the people of Israel. Now, again, I mentioned that this was a preemptive strike. Israel has, as we've seen time and time again over the past few months, Israel has excellent and very precise intelligence, not only in Lebanon, but in Syria as well. That's one of the reasons they were able to eliminate Fuad Shukr, that top Hezbollah commander, back on July 31st. And that was the reason that Hezbollah attempted this strike yesterday. Remember, Hezbollah has been vowing revenge ever since Shukr was taken out in Beirut. But Israeli intelligence knew this was coming. They saw it clearly, and they struck first. Very interesting. Preemption. What have we been talking about here on The Watchman over the past few weeks? I've been sitting here, folks, and kind of scratching my head because the Iranian regime has been saying for a month now, we are going to attack Israel. It's coming. And I'm saying to myself, and the whole world for the past month has been kind of holding its breath in dread. And I'm saying to myself, why wait to be attacked? Why not strike first, like Israel did overnight, clearly? Look, Israel has a pretty successful track record when it comes to preemption. I bring you the Six-Day War. 1967, Israel destroyed the entire Egyptian Air Force when it was still on the ground, and in short order, they won a miraculous and resounding victory. But a much different story a few years later with the Yom Kippur War in 1973. Israel waited. Israel was attacked, things got very dicey, and then Israel had to recuperate and eventually won a major victory there, but it wasn't pretty. So look, preemption on one hand makes the world wail and gnash its teeth and howl and point the finger at Israel, but it also could potentially save Israeli lives. Here's what the Biden administration and Europe are saying. They're saying, don't strike first. We'll help you shoot down the incoming projectiles. We will help you with a defensive posture, but don't you dare strike first. Now, yesterday, Israel reportedly gave the Biden administration a heads up that, look, we're going in, we're going to strike Hezbollah. The Biden administration reportedly said, okay, but don't broaden this thing. Carry out this preemptive strike, but nothing else. So again, Israel fighting again and again with one arm tied behind its back constantly, an arm tied by chiefly the United States, the U.S. government to be more precise, but also Europe. And yet Israel making major strides in pushing back this Iranian ring of fire in the past month and a half in particular, folks, where I believe that Israel in many ways has reestablished deterrence, which brings us to that state of play. Okay, let's go Hezbollah, let's go Iran, and let's go the Houthis and what comes next. Let's start with Hezbollah, and then we really want to dig into the Iranian regime. Hezbollah yesterday, Sheikh Hassan Nasrallah, in the wake of this epic fail, he declared victory. Surprise, surprise. He's trying to save face. And he said, look, we targeted Israeli military installations. Yeah, but you unsuccessfully targeted them nonetheless. But he seems to be saying the mere fact that we even dared to target them is somehow a victory. By the way, Hezbollah also reportedly was planning to target the Mossad headquarters and carry out strikes in central Israel in and around Tel Aviv. So Israel, again, folks, dodged a major bullet here. Prayer works, and there are millions of Christians around the world praying for Israel right now, and I believe it's working. And I believe that things are moving, and God is staying the hand of Israel's enemies and just going ahead of Israel and giving Israel favor right now as it battles these demonic evil forces. Nasrallah saying, we may not be done, we may strike again. Who knows? Again, right now they're kind of licking their wounds and regrouping and assessing what went wrong and what comes next. In the meantime, you can expect still rocket volleys from Hezbollah, but they are paying a heavy price. Close to 500 Hezbollah jihadists have been killed since Hezbollah unilaterally, key word there, began firing projectiles at Israel on October 8th. So it's been very costly for Hezbollah, but that will continue to be a tinderbox in the north. In the meantime, the big one, Hezbollah's patron, the Iranian regime. Why has Iran not struck yet? They've been vowing revenge against Israel ever since Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh was taken out on Iranian soil in Tehran under the regime's noses on August 1st. Massive embarrassment again for Iran. They feel they need to save face. They've threatened an unprecedented attack, and yet it still hasn't come. I think Iran right now is weighing whether it is worth it. If Iran launches a massive barrage like it did on April 13th from Iranian soil, perhaps even larger, and it's unsuccessful, and the projectiles are intercepted, and then Israel unleashes hell on Iran and destroys economic centers and oil facilities, and it endangers the very existence of the Iranian regime, then Iran's leaders are going to say, man, was it really worth it? Right now they're weighing that because, look, April 13th was a dud in that 99% of those missiles and drones fired from Iran were intercepted before they even reached Israeli airspace. Iran can't afford a repeat of that failure. And not only that, this time, Israel, unlike on April 13th, Israel responds with overwhelming force and, again, threatens the very existence of the regime, hits economic centers, oil facilities, and perhaps even Iran's nuclear facilities. The regime is weighing that right now, and we've told you about this internal debate going on right now within Iran's government. You have the new president, Masoud Pezeshkian, and he's debating with Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps. Pezeshkian is saying, look, let's do something because we said we were going to do something. We need to do something. Let's strike an Israeli or a Jewish target abroad. And folks, in the past, that's been the MO of the Iranian regime. Don't strike directly from Iranian soil and maybe not strike within Israel proper. Strike, say, a Jewish community center, a consulate, an embassy in another country around the world. That's what Pezeshkian is reportedly pushing for. And the IRGC says, no, 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 we want to strike the Zionist entity directly, Tel Aviv, Haifa. And Pezeshkian saying that might not be a very good idea. So that debate continues. The bottom line is Iran is going to do something eventually. They have to. They've painted themselves into a corner right on up to the supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei. He's been saying, we're going to do something. We're going to react. We're going to acquire or attain revenge for the death of Ismail Haniyeh. So eventually they're going to have to do something. What they do and when they do it is the big question. Their MO, again, has always been implausible, I call it, deniability. They act through proxy against Israel, Hezbollah, Hamas, etc. Then they say, we didn't do it. Well, that's out the window now. On April 13th, they attacked Israel directly. They're threatening to attack Israel directly again, but they've been kind of climbing down in recent days. We've shown you top Iranian officials saying, well, at a time and place of our choosing, we will respond. Hey, there was a sense of urgency in the wake of Haneya's death on August 1st. I mean, every day they were breathing threats, and we were hearing this thing's coming in the next 24 to 48 hours. And then it was another 24 to 48 hours, and it still hasn't happened. I don't think it's the boy who cried wolf. I think something is coming. I don't know that it's going to be on the massive magnitude that Iran originally planned, because they're weighing the aftermath, and they're saying, uh-oh, Israel looks pretty serious, and they may very well unleash hell upon our heads. So stay tuned, folks, as we watch Iran. Last thing, the Houthis in Yemen. Look, they're still licking their wounds as well from that strike in late July where Israel struck that Houthi port, and the flames and the smoke were literally seen across the region. It was a massive airstrike carried out by the Israeli Air Force against the Houthis after the Houthis fired a drone at Tel Aviv and killed an Israeli civilian. Well, just yesterday, very timely, the Houthis are saying, we're going to strike Israel as well. So you've got the entire Iranian ring of fire, on one hand salivating at the prospect of attacking Israel, but on the other hand saying, we're going to attack, we need to attack, but man, how's Israel going to respond? And folks, that's a good thing. Again, Israel is striking fear in the hearts of its enemies once again and reestablishing deterrence. Tomorrow, I'll be on the road, but we will look to come to you live. We'll give you breaking updates if anything happens in the world's most volatile and chaotic region. We'll break down what it means for you, no matter where you live. Remember, so you don't miss a single update, to subscribe, click the notification bell so you get alerts every time a new video is posted. Continue to pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Pray for Israel. Folks, I truly believe these prayers are working, because prayer always works. Until tomorrow, thanks for joining us. God bless you, and remember, never hold your peace.
Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the Watchman Newscast. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you never miss an upload, and tap the bell icon so you're notified every time a new video is posted. And don't forget to share your thoughts, insights, and comments below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here tomorrow.